What's up, my friends? Welcome to the stream. We're here to, it's going to devolve into ranting. There's no question about it. We're here to rant and rave about Modern Horizons 3, the biggest scam on the horizon in modern history. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to do it upright. I got to share the live stream link in the Discord so that everybody knows it's going down, because the notifications don't always get sent out by YouTube. And then we'll do our hellos, and then off we goes. Oh, what happened there? There we go. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I put the poll up for Modern Horizons before the stream started, but I did not grab the live stream archive link. So, since I always forget to do that, I'm going to quickly grab that. Right. Okay, so, all these things you gotta do. Okay, there's the link for the live stream archive in case you want that, and that's good. All right, so let's see what the poll that was running before the stream started ended as. Are you excited for Modern Horizons 3? We've got 68% saying no. All right, well, that's 2/3 of the people who voted decreeing no, not down for it, not excited for it. Fair enough. All right, now, time for hellos. What's up? Jess, Zircon, Al, Gossip, Millmaster, Eng, Gerthulu, Grasshopper, Kenzuki, Doomblade, Certain Mike, Felonious T, Ned the Barbarian, Yamagoro, Orlando. The stream waiting music is seared into your brain. All right, that's funny. Where did I leave off? Clayton, Beasley, Joe, Bino, Foster, Shelton, Juglum, McKayes, Brent, walking around town, taking your mom out for a date and showing her a good time. That's his middle name. Fellers, what's up? That's how we're almost through, everybody. We're making it here. Error, I see you, buddy. I see you. You're not slipping through the cracks. Daniel, Potts. All right. Hello to all you guys. Hello to assembled lurkers, and hello to you who's watching this afterwards. I might be dead when you're watching this. Who knows? Maybe I'm a ghost. Maybe I'm in your closet. Maybe I'm eating your Triscuits right now. You hear that? You hear that crinkling? That's me. That's my ghost in your food closet getting your food right now. Is it coming from the video or is it from your pantry? You better go and check. I'm eating your fucking Triscuits as a ghost. Hey, Certain Mike Super Chat says at least there's some good news. The new secret Lair's up and is a good deal and supports American Cancer Society. Yes, you know what, bro? You're absolutely right. The secret Lair that is commemorating Sheldon did go up today. I mentioned it briefly in the video that I put out because there was like a crash on the website, so people were having a hard time with it. So I mentioned it in an aside, but you're correct. It totally is up and available. And on top of that, Wizards of the Coast didn't go the route of let's just put like 4 $1 commons in it and see if we can get them to buy it. It seemed like they didn't just go, let's see how much we can skis with it, which is a nice change. And thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. Doomblade membership message saying, I'm back from the hospital and now I can't eat right for a bit since I bit my freaking tongue, but I'm glad I'm here and enjoying the rant. Bro, at least At least it's just from biting your tongue. I was hospitalized once because like I had a serious ulcer problem going on, and my diet was so restricted. So for a second, when I thought you were saying like you can't eat right, it might be like that. Or the time I had the dental pain where my jaw was all locked up, and it's just like, oh, come on, man. Hey, Angelo! First to the board, last to buy Modern Horizons 3 boxes. Well, I mean, I will give you a heart on your super chat, but if you're the timing of it, you're definitely not first to the board. Certainly beat you there, my friend. He beat you there. But thank you for the super chat. So if it got delayed, then curse YouTube and the slowness of the processings. Drewby's membership message says Evening Hatchmaster B. I get that reference. Grandmaster B. I wish I had a baseball hat to put on backwards, right? Over this luscious helmet of hair that I'm growing to protect my brain. Al says, health declining 20 months or less of life. What? No, man, not for you. Not for you. I'm going to heart the super chat, but that's because I'm giving you the heart of the tiger and the strength, Al. You got 2,000 months left in you, buddy. You're going to outlive everybody. You're going to be in deep space when the earth has collapsed into nothingness. So don't you even worry. Don't even worry. Doomblade, it was a seizure during your sleep. Well, ask if... Do you have a wife, man? Do you have a wife? Because I think that when I'm sleeping, sometimes Carly just like works my ribs, just punches me in the ribs and smacks me in the face and stuff to get out like her anger at me, right? Women are smart about things. They're not just going to attack you in the middle of the day. So have you considered the possibility that the person you trust most is beating you? Carly, am I talking shit about you? No, please don't hit me in my sleep. She's here, guys. She's here. Blink if I need help. Blink if I need help. I got a guy send toothpicks. Who's got toothpicks? I'm going to have to sleep with my eyes like this, staring at her all night. I'm going to have to do Clockwork Orange, guys. I'm going to have to do Clockwork Orange. Angelo, you were so close, bro. You were so close. Your instincts were right on, but Certain just he ran straight out of the gates. He did not wait. He did not wait. Brent, are there people who are upset about the secret lair and everything? Why am I surprised by that? Of course there are. Of course there are. There'll be people who are just like, why didn't Wizards do this? Why didn't they do that? All this. And I get it. I mean, I'm a pretty heavy critic of Wizards. That's what I'm here to do, is criticize Modern Horizons 3 most heavily. Like most heavily. Because this is such a scam. This is what I was talking about. Do you guys remember when I said that, like, from previous earning reports, things were down and that meant they had to find more money? And where do they find more money? It comes from us. I really am starting to wonder if we've entered the phase of the game where Buddy in charge of Hasbro came from Wizards of the Coast. He was the guy in charge of Wizards of the Coast. So he knows what Wizards is all about. He knows what they can handle and what they can't, kind of deal. And he's just putting them in the meat grinder right now, not caring about it seems like. So it might just be he's only planning to stick around for a couple of years. He wants to hit his bonuses for whatever target and is literally like, who cares if I burn Magic to the ground? Like, it's insane. It's insane. Distributors fire sale and stuff so fast, and then these prices coming out where, like, these are American prices. These prices are so high that I couldn't accept that they were American prices. I literally couldn't accept it. I was like looking online going, they have to be Canadian prices. Like, these have to be the Canadian exchange rate prices I'm looking at. There's no way on earth that it's $600 American for 4 commander decks, right? Also, why are commander decks stapled onto this? And then what's Mark Rosewater got to say about this? All this stuff comes together and you just go, we're in absolute bizarro land. Absolute bizarro land. Fisher says, hype for Bloomburrow, though. 1 grain of hope. Love the Redwall series. Bro, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for Redwall. No, not Redwall. Bloomburrow. People have called it Redwall so much you got me doing it. I don't even know Redwall. And people have got me calling it Redwall. Bloomburrow. Greenwall. I'm looking forward to green floors, red walls, blue clovers, purple moons in every bowl of Lucky Charms. Al, you know what, buddy? If that's what the doctors are telling you, then you got the absolute right idea. Focus on what matters most. Life can be short. I mean, it's short no matter who you are. And you got to find things you enjoy and lean into it. Certain your last super chat was knocked off the board by 1 cent, so you felt like they better work for it. Well, you know what? That's a tradition here. It's called Price is Writing, and it's not something I came up with. This whole like Lord of the Board thing, it basically was just people were already fighting each other to see who could give the biggest super chat. And so I was like, well, that deserves like to actually be formally acknowledged. And one of the time-honored traditions was doing the Price is Right maneuver, which is when you literally just do 1 penny more like they do in the Price is Righted show, and the person's just shooting daggers at him, the one who just got Price is Righted. It's like, it's a savage battle of conquest to claim the board, because when you end the stream as Lord of the Board, you make it into, wait, it's on this side, the Box of Glory. And 5 entries into the Box of Glory gets you onto the roll of Mega Glory. And certain, your name's already in here. If you win tonight, it's not going to be your first time in, son. It's not going to be your first time in. Juggling, Modern Horizon 3 seems like a direct punch in the ball bag. There was no better intro than that to talk about the prices, guys. Let's go down the slap your mother in her ball bag prices, okay? Like, this is wild. It's $600 for the premium Commander collector decks that are all foil, which will be printed to Wizards crap foil standards, I'm sure. The regular Commander decks, it's still $300 for the set of 4. A box of play boosters is $400. A bundle is $95. A box of collector boosters is a hair over $500. The prices are so insane that like you can't find any Canadian stores listing them yet because they don't even know what to charge for this stuff or how much to order, because this is a trap. This is a trap. Commander Masters had to be sent back. Modern Horizons might have like stuff to bust into Modern, but it's also clearly baiting Commander players as well. And like Wizards setting these prices high, it's like, okay, the distributors have to pay a big chunk. The store owners have to pay a big chunk. They might be like right now at the point where they're just bleeding the store owners and distribution chain to death. Like, I don't know when that's going to happen, but at a certain point, it feels like Wizards, like that's the road they're walking down. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Why is there a set of 4 Commander decks with the Modern set? Well, T-Wolf, I'll tell you, buddy. It's because everything is Commander related now. Everything. But on top of that, they won't print Modern decks to go with this set because they're so greedy about keeping the secondary market price high on everything they can so they can try and milk it in other ways, that you get ridiculous nonsense like Mark Rosewater, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly the wording that he used, but basically he said that the reason that they don't make Modern decks, it's like, why weren't there Modern decks made with this set? The reason we didn't make Modern decks to go with it is we can't make them at a price point that's acceptable for people. And it's like, what? Like, you print the cards, you're the guys who print the cards, right? Yeah, but like the secondary market value of the card has to correlate to the price of the product now. That's how we do everything. So like, what are you thinking? We're just gonna give you a functional Modern deck for like $200, $300 when it has $700 worth of cards in it? Fuck you and everybody you love. Why would we do that? That would be player first. That would be customer first. Fuck you and fuck your mother. We want every fucking dollar. The rule is the prices go up, but the value inside goes down. That's how we fuck you harder. You want valuable cards? Fuck you, buy them in an overpriced secret lair, you stupid dickhead. That, like, it's insane to go, we can't make it at a price. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You fucking refuse. It's just like if I told my fucking wife, yo, I can't take the trash out. Yeah, you can, you lazy bastard. You're just not doing it. That's it. Yes, you fucking can. Don't spit in my fucking mouth and tell me it's raining out, bro. Okay? I can taste the gravy, son. And the disdain. But Rosewater is a fucking mouthpiece tool now, right? Like, for real. Once upon a time, I had respect for the guy. And I don't spend my time making videos bag on him, but I totally will bag on what he says. And when Wizards was in the fucking height of going, everybody just shut up and like, we're like hardcore lady first, all this crap. He was like, people would ask, so why are you making like these just unappealing looking individuals? And he was like, we like to use our platform to educate. Like, bro, he's so far twisted up with what they're doing that I don't even know if he realizes how ridiculous he looks with what he says. But he's got to walk the company line, absolutely, and say whatever. So he's just like, well, the reason there aren't modern decks with the modern set is because it's impossible. We just can't do it because of you guys. Oh, okay. All right, then. It's not because you're massively greedy whores, right? Like, and you just are like, well, we looked at the secondary market and we could print this, but guys, evil scalpers would buy them. Everyone would be bought by an evil scalper, would just sell it on the secondary market and the prices would stay up high, and like, but the scalper would get all this money. It definitely wouldn't just make the format more affordable overall, but they're not about making Magic more affordable or accessible, right? Not anymore. Doomblade Super Chat says, not only that, this kills trading even more. Is trading still a thing people even do? Blue says stronger cards are more expensive to print. It's, you know what? A card that costs $60 on the secondary market costs a lot more ink and cardboard to make than a 10-cent common, right? So you should pay like $3 a card. Because why not? Because the CEO of Hasbro deserves another fucking $9 million bonus. Money's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from you guys, right? Like, I can't wait, and also am dreading talking to Buddy at the LGS tomorrow to see what pricing we're going to be dealing with. He might not even be there tomorrow, so who knows? It might be somebody else. But I am dreading and curious about the next conversation we have, because the Canadian prices on this are going to be insane. It's going to be insane, right? Like, bro, I don't know what you guys like pay for Karlov Manor boxes in America, but if it's like $130, $140, whatever it is, $150, like in Canada, they're $210 for a play box. So it's just going to get crazier. It's going to get crazier. Loco, that's what people said. They said that people were able to scalp MagicCon merch without even having a pass. I mean, when it comes down to it, there's a huge wall of complaints, and I have no idea how many of the complaints are valid or accurate, because you can't individually interview fucking people, and you have no idea how valid a source is. So overall, I just took all of the complaints and go, here are the things people were saying was happening. But people are fucking idiots too, so people can easily misunderstand things. People make shit up about me. I've seen them just make up crazy nonsense about me all over the place. So people can make up whatever, especially when they're upset. So, but I mean, if something seems really, really outlandish, I don't include that because it doesn't make sense. Unless it's like a whole bunch of people are saying the same thing. And then I'm like, that crazy thing is real? Okay, you know? So I don't know 100%. I don't know 100%. So yeah, they push this stuff out at this point. And at this price point, and the distributors like buy it, right? And now they got to sell it to the stores, and the distributors have a power of position over the stores where they're like, if you don't buy stuff from us, we're not going to sell you other things. But this is like a spiral of destruction. That's what this is. This is super bad times in terms of where is your trust? Like I said in previous, like, bro, if this was like 3 years ago, even 2 years ago, this set would have been priced at a level And there would have been enough faith in Magic where distributors would have been hounding for it. They would have bought as much as they could, intending to fully store 20, 30%, maybe even more of it away until it had ripened into a better priced product for them where they could make even higher margins, right? And that's how it went. That's how it went for a long time. There was some hiccups along the way. The iconic Masters 25 debacle definitely caused a little bit of a hubbub, but it didn't stop the train of sitting on stuff really overall because they discontinued the master sets at that point. They knew they were no good. And then they brought them back as a knee-jerk reaction when they had a hole in their production schedule. They took a artifact matter set, turned it into a double rare set and just threw it out the door at us. And then it did gangbusters because it had double rares and whatever. And then they went from that concept to even double masters again. And then they're like, Commander Masters, give us $600 a box. And it's just like, what? What is this? That's Canadian prices for some of the stuff. It's like, get out of here. And so that stuff got rejected. And now you got this where distributors are only going to buy from Wizards X number of times before they just go, I'll take less, I'll take less, I'll take less, I'll take less. Until, no, that's okay, I'll just take a little, or none. Which is the same difference, right? So is Wizards just getting to the point where they don't care that this distribution model is collapsing because they want to shunt it off and go hardcore Amazon? Or is this literally get the last little bit of toothpaste out of the tube, which means take out the knife, cut it open, and finger it out? Is Magic full on about to get fingered? Right? Are we going to see that dead-on rush at the reserved list that we know is coming? At a certain point, the next rush at the reserve list is coming. Magic 30 was their declarative statement that they're coming for it. The fact that they missed the target does not change that they're coming for it. So that's the reality. That's the reality. Once upon a time, they used to make challenger decks. I remember, there's fetch lands in this Modern Horizon 3 set. I remember when there was wasn't there 2 or at least 1 fetch land in the green-black challenger deck that they made? They used to make challenger decks that you could buy for I don't know, $35 or something like that. And they were half decent. If you grabbed 2 of them, you'd have enough stuff to rock a real deck. You didn't have to add much to one. They were what they were supposed to be. Grab them and play, be competitive out of the deck. But now, Modern Horizons has to do 3 things all at once. It needs to kick Modern in the dick and go, guess what? More powerful stuff is showing up. You have no choice but to adjust to this. So they want Modern to be a viable competitive format that people play, right? And that they can make money off of, that they can keep shoving things into over and over, year after year, to force rotation. Force a rotation with it. Force a rotation. What do you think Lord of the Rings did on top of being the One Ring? Woo! 1 out of 1. It was also the One Ring kicking its way in, going, what's up, Modern? I'm Powerhouse. You can't ignore me. Same with the Bowmasters. Every set that they make for Modern will have cards that are so powerful that you cannot ignore them as a format. It's not going to happen, right? So we are in the land of crazy power creep. So this set has to power creep Modern, but it also has to dry hump Commander's leg, and it has to make the most money of any set so far, pull in maximal profits, and give us the least amount, pay the least amount so the margins are the highest. They're constantly looking for ways to make the cards lower quality. For real. It's insane. That's right. They had they did have the one deck that had the Phoenix in it as well. That's right. How do they justify the price hike? They don't even mention it. They don't mention it. They don't tell you what it's going to sell for because they don't do an MSRP. So why would they have to justify a price that they're not going to tell you about? They just go, yo, 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 get hyped about this product. It's super awesome. And then little Billy Joe, who's new to the game or whatever, just goes into the store and is like, yo, I want to get a box of that Modern Horizons 3. I want to get a box of the Play Boosters. And the store owner's just like, okay, that'll be $400. And he's just like, what? But the box of Karlov Manor was like $150. Yeah, this one's $400. And little Billy Joe goes, what a fucking asshole. What a fucking scam lord this guy is. I hate this business. I'm going online right now to write a review. And if you think this doesn't happen, it happens all the fucking time. I see it everywhere. People blame the LGS because they just think, oh, Wizards of the Coast just makes a product and they all cost the same because they're just cardboard rectangles, because they can't conceive of a world where Wizards would go, no, we charge 4 times this one. Why? Well, because there's a secondary market where people value these cards, and we look at that, and we have accountants that calculate all the value and tell like what cards can go in it and what price point has to be and all that. And that's why. So the regular consumer doesn't think like that. They just think the game store owner is a skis bag who's just like pulling an extra $250 profit, when meanwhile they'll be lucky to sell it and make a 10% fucking profit. It's maddening, bro. It's maddening to watch this happen to LGSs, man. You know, like, it's so brutal. It's so brutal. Scorba guys, making the cards lower quality is almost at the impossible limbo level. Sure feels like it. Sure feels like it. Nakano, yeah, you tell people what's going on with Magic and they think it isn't going anywhere soon. Well, both is true. Magic is going to complete garbage. But this doesn't end. This doesn't end like a little breakup with a girl you've been dating for 3 weeks in the summer, bro. Where you're just like, oh, fuck Stephanie, man. And then the next day you've forgotten about her. This is a bitter, like, 10-year divorce where it just gets dragged out and more people leave. And those of us who really love Magic just stand there and watch it fucking die, sadly. Going all along, I knew this was going to happen. I said this was going to happen, but it doesn't matter because the people in charge are beating it to death and there's nothing you can do because it's all legal. So you just watch it. You just watch it. That's it. That's it. Matthew, do I think the commander decks will be okay for pre-cons? Well, let me ask you a question. When you've got a company that's obsessed with like the secondary market value of stuff, do you think that they're going to want to put a bunch of things into decks that are sold for a set amount of money that will be huge, like, oh, these are the big things? Or do you think they're just going to want to put enough in there that you'll buy the deck, but not enough that they're giving away a single nickel for free? What would you expect from one of the greediest companies on earth that is literally trying to bilk us for every penny, has no problem with a 30% price increase and no increase in the actual quality of stuff? Design, they spend less time on it because it's better for them. It's better to spend less time. You just go shove the broken crap in. Who cares? For real. Test it enough to make sure that it's stupid broken and shove it in. Make sure it's not too stupid broken, but don't worry about it. Who cares? Who cares? We're not going to ban it until we've sold. Like, we've reached the insane level where we've had a million ban announcements where they talk about colorless cards and why they had to ban those colorless cards because they go into too many decks. They become ubiquitous. They're everywhere. When the Lord of the Ring, when they didn't ban the One Ring, originally, they knew it was the elephant in the room and they had to address it. So they went, the One Ring is a problem, but there's more decks it can go into, so we're going to let it go. That's paraphrasing it, but if you go and read the announcement, that's what they're saying. They're literally saying there's more people who can use it. We're going to let it ride, right? Like, they're very firmly in the camp of, if it's still for sale, we're not banning nothing from it. Unless it's insane level, we're not banning nothing, right? And I want to explain something as well. Modern Horizons 3 is 100% slush art. Not like other cards, not like other card sets that you get where there's some slush art, and we're seeing an increase in slush art, like Markov, so much slush art. Junction also will be so much slush art. If you know what slush art is, it's artwork Wizards already paid for, right? Because back in the day, here's how Wizards used to operate. They went, okay, we're making this card. We want the artwork to match it. Jess, thanks for the super chat. It says, I'm just waiting for the Marvel set. That you'll get. Well, it's good you have something to hang on to, buddy. I'm hyped about Bloomburrow. Thanks for the super chat, bro. So, yeah, it's a situation where you have Wizards of the Coast expecting more money, but the set doesn't cost more effort. Slush artwork is artwork. We're back before they'd be like, you know what? This artwork doesn't fit the vibe of the world. That's what they used to do. They used to go, oh, you know what? We asked you to paint this like black-white land, but what you've painted is actually too light and whimsical for the dark world that we're doing. So we're going to set that art aside and we're going to use other art. We're going to do something else for it or whatever else. We'll get some new artwork to make it fit and make it make sense. Now, with the Slush art, originally they came up with the idea of a Slush art set for the Modern Horizon stuff, where they're just like, we can just take whatever we have kicking around, slam it in there just like master sets. It doesn't even matter. We can just use all this artwork we've already paid for. And I'm totally okay with that for Modern Horizon sets. That's the perfect place for it. It's not set on a particular world. You have all the artwork you couldn't use elsewhere, and you found a good place for it. That works. That's great. Don't use it in Markov. Don't shove half of Capenna into Markov Manor and have everybody going, this is muddled garbage. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Don't do that, right? That doesn't make sense. But do it for the Modern Horizon sets. But understand that they didn't pay for any new artwork for this set. They didn't pay for any world design, anything. All the things that you could use to justify the cost of a set. Thunder Junction, they hired a fucking cultural consultant to design one card. Annie, whatever her name, where, Annie, are you okay? Because I thought you were a dude when I saw the artwork. I had no idea that that was a lady. I was like, okay, cool, you say so. So they hired a cultural consultant and spent extra money on Thunder Junction for that one character, right? And then for the Modern Horizon set, there's none of that. There's none of it. There's nothing new being created. No new world. Like, you got to think of some flavor text to go with the artwork to try and make it work. If there's even room for flavor text, because cards are so crammed with words now that enters the battlefield can't be used because they need to change it to enter because they're constantly cramming more crap. It's like, take any ability you've sent another card, add scry 4, add gain 4 life, add like one, whatever new mechanic. It's just, it's a busy mess on top of everything else. So no, I don't think there's going to be good value in the fucking decks. I think it's going to be like whatevs, man. Like, that's the whole point. The whole point isn't to give you value at all. The point is to give you nothing and take your money. The Modern Horizons 3 is a fucking scam. This shit is a fucking scam. And it's so firmly out of my price range too. Like, no word of a lie today. My lady's telling me about how she saved us money on, paper towels. Because she is amazing. She sits down with the app. Every week she sits down with this app and a bunch of flyers and stuff and figures out the best prices to get on food, what we need, and where we can price match and everything to get the best deals. And like, I'm looking at the price of paper towels and stuff. And right now we can have paper towels and napkins. But I can remember a time when that was not a budgetary option. And like, I'm getting closer to that than I am getting to anywhere near these crazy prices. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. If there was some justification for it other than, well, like, people want these cards and they're buying them from stores and stuff for like this price. So instead of just like making stuff more accessible, we want these crazy prices factored into the price of the products that we're making. Even though those earlier versions won't be printed to a garbage standard, we want you to pay full price for dinged up, garbage, warped nonsense that if you contact us and go, my cards are warped, they have roller lines and banged up edges, they will go, we don't do returns on those. We consider that standard quality for our cards. The level of damage you have to your cards now to get a replacement from Wizards it's maddening. It's maddening. So I'm not telling anybody not to buy it. If you have money, buy what makes you happy. Life is fucking short, friends. And if I had a shitload of money, I would buy whatever I wanted. And Magic the Gathering is something that I want. So yeah, underneath all of this as well, there's the anger of the person who's just been completely priced out of the game and left in the dust. Like, completely left in the dust. Play booster boxes are the regular booster boxes. I'm guessing they'll be about $550 to $600. It's just a Magic set. The Magic's not for you, right? It's not. I get it. It's just it's a hobby I picked up as a kid, and I'm just a fool enough to think that I can be a part of the releases that they do. Whatever. What are you gonna do, right? It is what it is. There's tons of people just like me, and it if they were making something that felt like they were respecting the customer base and it was just I couldn't afford it, but it was a reasonable product, I wouldn't feel nearly as aggravated by it. But they're constantly making things worse and expecting more money for it because it's just a game of, can we scam you, right? Rain, would I ever consider doing like a top 10 crappiest cards and sets or worst art? Yep, I've done things like that in the past. The top 10 videos and things like that. Totally. I mean, it's easier to do that stuff when Magic is in a good state. That's why people are like, bro, I remember all the happy videos you did and stuff in the past. And yeah, I used to be happier. And I try not to be always like full on downer. And I try and keep it light when we're talking about this stuff. But ultimately, bro, it's so hard to watch this happen. Because, I don't know, man, Magic resonates with me. It has for a long time. I got a lot of memories tied to it. I still have a lot of fun playing the game, right? So, 'tis what it is, right? And I mean, if we're looking at the flip side of things, I have the very unique position of being able to complain to my heart's content about, yo, I don't like what's going on with my hobby, and having a whole bunch of people go, yeah, we're with you, buddy. You're saying what we feel. Like, in terms of commiserating and feeling like I am understood and like my feelings are shared by a lot of people, I genuinely feel it. It's the reality. I don't feel like I'm some out of touch weirdo. No, nobody feels the way that you do, bro. Like, all the videos that I do, people go on about, look, all you do is make negative videos. Do you want to see the fucking approval ratings on these videos? Do you? Because you would find it disheartening, person who just wants to enjoy themselves. So I'm not going to show you. But like when I put them out, they're like 97% and above approval ratings on virtually every fucking video I make, right? And that's because people, by and large, agree with what I'm saying. I'm pointing outside going, it sucks that it's fucking raining. And people are like, yeah, you're right, it does. And it is. That's the reality of it. Like, I would fucking love it if I just woke up one day and I was just like, okay, what are we going to report on? Oh, it's all good news. There's nothing bad like overshadowing this. Wizards isn't greedily trying to rob us as the game is burning to the ground, and I can just have a good time. Oh, like, people don't understand. That's my fucking wet dream. That's what I want. Don't you understand? I'm holding on for that future that's never fucking coming, and I can't accept it underneath. That's the reality. I'm holding on for a future that's probably never fucking coming. It's not a good feeling. So yeah, what are you going to do? Certain says talking vent helps a lot to not just get mad and quit the game. That's true. Macias, you're pissed about Chicago? A lot of people are, man. So yeah, the price points, man. Like, I got a soft spot for LGSs specifically, right? Like, I'm not a new age digital boy. I care about game stores, like, more. I get it. It's convenient. People do whatever. They don't care. They just want the best price. I get it. But LGSs are like these special unicorns, and most of them are just run by dudes who just want to run a game store. Like, that's their dream. They just want to, like, yo, how awesome would it be to be able to play games all the time and help people get games, and I'd also have access to all this stuff. Like, they're not savvy businessmen and all this crap, and Wizards is just hosing them. They're just there out of passion for the game and shit, and it's just brutal to watch it happen, man. I came up in the game stores, right? Like, I'm going to them for decades. When I go to new cities, that's where I like to go, right? Like, that's my deal. So it's hard to accept this shit. It's reality, and I'm an adult, so I accept reality. But man, what up, North Exile? Maybe you're just focusing on the wrong games. You know what? You could be right. I've genuinely thought the same thing myself at times, where I'm just like, maybe I should just be spending my time focusing on other games and other things, man. I could be spending my time fucking reviewing movies, video games, things that have a wider appeal. I'm a fucking fun guy. I bring some good energy. Whatever it is I choose to do, people are going to be on board, right? Wizards of the Coast benefits from my presence, even if it is in a critical fashion, because it keeps people involved with the game, right? And it keeps people talking about it too. Good, bad, people talking about your game's a thing, right? It's essentially free fucking advertising. So in some ways, yeah, that was part of that freak out where I was like, I'm done with Magic however many years ago. But I wasn't actually done with Magic. I was just incredibly angry at the company. But regardless, yeah, I definitely have considered going to other stuff. And actually more of that will happen on this channel, right? This is the channel where like the Magic Historian's going to stay Magic for now, aside from like some, if other games want to sponsor videos, you know, that kind of stuff. Fawful says LGS and comic shops suffered hardest from lockdown a few years back, so it's more than understandable to want to support them as much as possible. Absolutely. And like the thing as well is, there's 3 LGSs bare minimum in this city that I know of. And each of them is run by somebody that I know. Like we all came up together basically playing Magic at the same place. So every game store in the city that I know of, except for the new ones, I guess, because I think there's some new ones that popped up. So I'm not trying to cut them out. But the ones that I know of and have gone to or whatever are all run by dudes that I'm friends with, right? So it's an extra layer of like watching what Wizards is doing and just going, this is brutal. Absolutely brutal. You know, there's a conversation going on about cornhole. We're just going to toss some sacks. I saw a guy in a parking lot doing cornhole. Like he had a camera set up and he was recording himself doing cornhole. And I genuinely wondered to myself, because you never know whenever anybody's doing anything. I'm like, is this guy trying to make it doing cornhole? Or do I not even know it? And I'm actually seeing like, that's fucking Cornhole McDuggins, bro. Holy shit, you saw him? He gets 3 million views on each of his cornhole videos. I'm like, the motherfucker just stands in a parking lot, like lobbing a beanbag. I wanted to go up and say something to him. I wanted to be like, hey, are you an internet guy? Because I'm an internet guy too. I do internet guy stuff or whatever. But I also didn't want to like ruin his recordings or whatever he was doing. So it's just kind of like, I just watched it and I was just like, in my head, I was like, what you do is stupid. And then I'm like, you probably feel the same way about me. Like he's trying to make a cornhole and then he's like, see you play with Pokemon King cards or whatever. Oh yeah, no, it's some other game that's exactly the same. Okay, cool. It's an adult. Anyways, I got cornholing to do, so if you couldn't stop wasting my time with your crap. What up, Eric? What's going on, Scroll Keeper? Millmaster says, a guy we play Magic with is our state's cornhole doubles champ. I bet. So you let 2 guys go in on you at once, bro? Is that what we're talking about? See, like it's stupid, man. People are into dumb shit. Let's be real. Cornhole's dumb. The same way that Magic's dumb. Like you guys like to sit down at a table and pretend you're like Planeswalker wizards lightning bolting each other. Yeah, okay, right? You like to stand there and throw a beanbag into a hole. Shut up! It takes skill, man. I cornhole hard, son. What up, Tom D? So yeah, anytime there's competitions for everything, like competitive eating and all that. I bet you I can get more wieners down my gullet in a minute than you can. Oh, all right. It's fine though. Like I don't object to these hobbies existing. I just think it's funny that like cornhole and Magic the Gathering, what's the difference? It's all dumb. I'm sure there's cornholers who have fucking $600 corn bags or whatever they call them, cornbies, bagos. I got a $600 Gucci bag. Oh, look at the logo on it. Yep, I'm Gucci bag. They call me G bags, bro. Nobody cornholes like me. Just ask your mother. Like, for real, man. Like, the cornholing is what we should call fucking Wizards' new pricing strategy, son. Scorpigeist, exactly. Buy a Jeep. What? I mean, I guess it would be cheaper than buying Magic at a certain point. Joe, should we petition ESPN to air Magic like they do Cornhole? ESPN did air Magic, bro. I found that out when my buddies took the first time I ever went to a strip club. They had Magic on a tiny little TV up in the corner. I couldn't believe it. I was just squinting up at it, trying to figure out what the hell is being played. Cause like for real, strip clubs in the movies are like, check it out, this is an awesome place. But strip clubs in real life are fucking like, bro. I didn't know that I didn't know that desperation and sadness like had a fucking smell, but it does, and that's what's in those places, for real. It's no thanks. So yeah, I just stared up at the TV that was playing ESPN, obviously intended to play sports, and Magic was playing on it. So I watched Magic. It was more interesting than the sad strippers. What up, Filthy? How you doing, buddy? All right, I need some more water, cause I know no barks tonight. It's a boring old water. I'm gonna go get some more water, and I'll be right back, my friends. I'll be right back. They'll print a Cornhole Magic card. You think they probably already got one for Thunder Junction? Oh, Angelo! I had a hobby collection, discontinued TCGs. Oh, you used to collect dead TCGs? I like hoard them up now so we can use them for streams, you know? Like I got a box of MetaZoo now that MetaZoo's dead. So that way we can open them up. But anyways, water, I'll be right back. Did you enjoy my smack talking earlier? What? Did you enjoy my smack talking earlier? Yeah. Well, I know you heard the smack talking part. I know you heard the smack talking part, but I don't know if you heard that I come up with my skills. Megan, have fun with your game. I love having a fucking middle-aged body, bro. You just like move your leg in a particular way, and your knee's like and it's like, oh man, I don't know what it takes to make a human kneecap pop off, but I feel like multiple times. It's like, bro, I got a little bit of fat on my belly, but for real knees, come on, work with me here. Work with me, son. Red dress, bro. I think that what happened with the ESPN stuff was they just happened to have ESPN and then Magic came on because like nobody else was watching that TV. It was like way up in the corner. It was a small one. They had big screens with all kinds of ladies on it. Wee, 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 and the chick up on the stage, and it was all. I've only gone to strip clubs like 2 to 3 times in my life. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 times, and I don't see the appeal. It did not do it for me. So I've never gone back. It's not my place, not my vibe. At least I have kneecaps. Well, yeah, yes, that's true. I'm glad to have kneecaps, man. Yeah, Millmaster, actually, bro, the one time, now that I remember it, the one time I ended up at a strip club was because I got, like, my buddy just pulls up. I had, like, what was it? Shrooms? Yeah, I think. Anyways, he just shows up after I've taken him. And I'm already like, and then he goes, hey, you want Blaze? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And so I just climb into his car and we just fucking drive off. And he's just like, hold on, I gotta grab my lady. We go and grab his lady. And he's like, hold on, we gotta swing by my place so she can grab something. And I'm like, all right. Like, I thought we were gonna smoke, bro. And he's like, hold on. And then we drove to the strip club. And I'm like, I thought you said where are you and what are we doing? I thought you said we were gonna smoke. And he's like, yeah, hold on, she just gotta go strip and make some money. And I was just like, what? Like, so then yeah, we went into the club and I was out of my gourd, bro. So it's just like the only thing I said was like, yo, I didn't know she had a tattoo. That was so weird, man. That was a weird experience. Hey, Scroll Keeper says, glad to be back after a week or two. You're almost making me pee my shorts. Strip clubs in... The heck's N-O-L-A? It's like cola, but with an N? Well, I'm glad you're back, buddy. Let me say that twice. I'm glad you're back, buddy. Foster, you played Magic at a table in a strip club? Red Dress, you've never been? It's like, you know how nobody likes being at work? This is a chick who doesn't like being at work, who has to pretend she likes being at work to try and get money from you or whatever. You know, like sitting at the table or whatever and dancing. I don't know, man. I don't know. It did not feel alluring and enjoyable, right? It just was like, this is sad. That's what it felt mostly. It felt fucking sad, bro. I didn't like it. I remember at one point, actually, I left the strip club to call my girlfriend at the time. And she was just like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm at the strip club. She's like, how is it? I'm like, I don't even want to be here. It sucks. I'd honestly, legitimately rather be with you right now. I guess it just got built up as, oh, cool, you've seen the movies, do it. And then you just went, and I'm like, this is like... Fisher used to work the door out at a strip club. You had to laugh. A girl you went to high school started working there after you did. That's always weird, man. That's always weird. Millmaster, nope, never been to anything wilder. I ain't Lizzo going to the banana show. Nah. Doomblade, you can't wait for the Bloomburrow set? Oh, you're going on about it being a furry. You're not getting me. You're not getting me again. All right, you tried this before. We're not doing that. Packhead. All right, you're saying you got to be on the right shit to enjoy it? Fair enough. I'm a pretty boring guy when it comes to that stuff. I don't do all the crazy stuff that people do, so... What up, DJ Longhair? Man, the prices on this stuff. It's absolute, like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that they're tossing it out at this price, man. I want to hear from some game store owners what they're doing with this stuff, yeah, because I keep getting, like, people contact me, right? That's how I get some of this information, as I literally get emails and other messages through Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And, yeah, this is just, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Chuglam, would I be a purple mouse furry? Fuck no. If I was a furry guy, I'd be a fucking anteater. And I'd walk around with my long anteater proboscis nose, whatever the hell you call it. And I would just be like, yo, I heard you got ants in your butt. And it's fucking lunchtime. I'm about to find them. I would kick in the fucking front doors of every furry party, and I'd be like, "Who's got ants in their butt?" Actually, I'd go, "Who's got ants in their pants?" And anybody who walked, I'd be like, "You fell for it. You fell for it." Just did I buy the magic rock? Nope, the magic rock to enhance my psychic powers. I did not. Its $50 price tag was beyond what I was willing to pay to unlock those powers. Never know what the pack price will be when people are outraged at the price of a box. Well, I mean, what is it here? Let's just use some rough numbers. It's going to be over 10 bones a pack. It's going to be like, fuck, wow. 11 and a quarter for like an American pack? I wouldn't be surprised if they were like 20 bones each year. Bro Buskus is in favor of busking. Yeah, man. Yeah. You got ants? you got some ants? God, it says, the random shit you say is the funniest. Thanks, buddy. You know what? You're right. You're speaking the truth. It is. It is. What up, Shoop? What up, Sick? What up, 90? How you doing, buddy? Wizards in their shenanigans, guys. Wizards in their shenanigans. The greedy shenanigans is such a nice and mild way to put it. I don't know how these guys who are all like positive all the time and like keep it like so fucking polite about shit, because I don't know. Whatevs. I guess if you just don't care the same way, especially if you came in newer, right? Whatever, right? What do you care? Packhead, it was a special rock, man. It's a psychic stone. It amplifies your psychic powers, and it looked like a screaming skull almost. It was pretty neat. Fossil, you checked both distributors. No pre-order info on Modern Horizons 3. Okay, all right, fair enough. We're not at the stage where we're getting anything other than the Amazon prices. All right. Well, that's all we can go off for now. Yamagoro too poor to contemplate buying a box anymore. I know how it feels. These prices, it's not something you contemplate. Just as to be positive, you just ignore the news. Yup. I mean, honestly, like, I don't sit and read about all kinds of world news. It's a super bummer, especially when you can't do anything about it, right? So, but I don't know, man. With Magic, I just can't help myself. I can't. I look at everything that's going on. I'm constantly paying attention to what's going on with Magic, and I see all the badness, and I can't take it. Crosshopper says, new players haven't had their souls crushed yet. Give them time. Hey, I want them to be happy. I'm not on this like burn Magic down. I want everything to fail. Haha, I'm glad to see it collapse. I'm not in that camp at all. I want Magic to recover and be healthy. And in the meantime, I want people to enjoy themselves with it. I'm not of this, everyone needs to stop enjoying themselves and we need to show them as a group. I'm not interested in any of that. But like, for real, when I look at the prices of this stuff, like just the American price of the collector commander decks, $600, there is an amazing like GoPro, the actual camera, along with a special grip that turns into a tripod that has a bunch of extra features. It comes with like a wind blocking mic thing and everything. That is on my list of super desired things to have. And I'm sitting here going, do I have enough money to really be getting all these paper towels and stuff? So I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. That microphone stand and everything like that and the actual GoPro camera comes to be like $750 or whatever, which is like, that's what the commander decks would cost. And I'd way rather have that and all it's just insane. It's just insane. So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. What do you want to set of this stuff? You want some Modern Horizons 3 or do you want like the newest gaming console? Scorpiogeist, you came in when Rebels were the meta. Yuck. Yuck. Angelo, you came in during Kamigawa. Oh, that was a low power era. Low power, but high flavor. High flavor for sure. Certain, you feel like Amazon makes the prices up so they can say they're like 30% off? I have no idea. I have no idea how these prices are determined. No concept. But, I mean, you have people telling, like, yo, my distributor is selling me boxes for 117 and Amazon's selling them for 120. The hell am I supposed to do, right? Sick. All right, you got it. You're building a different kind of collection. Completely understandable. Yeah, that's not. That's not the. What am I trying to say? There's no point in spending your money on stuff that makes you unhappy. And if there's other things that are going to make you happy, spend your limited time doing that, right? Like, to give a bro, you want a time? Nah, never mind. That's not actually going to make things clear. It's going to make it more confusing. So I'll just leave that out. Sometimes you have an idea and you go, wait. Actually, all the explanation that would be required will actually make this more confusing. And by the end of it, I'll wonder why I even started. So I'm not falling for it. You almost got me, brain. Forget it. Doomblade Super Chat says, I remember when the Phyrexian All Will Be One set was out, and Game Nights was trying to have fun with Norn, and nobody having fun with fake smiles, and it was just sad and funny. Well, if that's what was going on, it's never a good time to be like contractually obligated to make something and then realize you don't like the product you're making it for or whatever, or you're not having a good time, but you got to or whatever, bro. I'm glad that I'm not involved in anything in that way where I have to feel like I can just look at things from the perspective of a player. I want the game to be good for us. I want the card quality to be good. And I want Wizards to go back to worrying about managing the game state and all that properly rather than managing the secondary market, which just seems to be the only thing they care about, right? So either way, thank you for the super chat, Doomblade. But yeah, when you look at the prices of this stuff, there's just things I'd much rather have and can't. Like, I can't afford that. I can't afford this. But if I do get money somehow, it's definitely going to this. It'd go to the camera and stuff rather than these commander decks and all that, right? Like, the majority of Magic that I get now is through people hooking me up with it, sending me Magic or sending money to the game store I go to's PayPal, which I can use as store credit. My cube is built out of cards that I've got from people, but like for me, I don't really have like much of a Magic budget at all. Once upon a time I did, a few years back it feels like, but I don't know what it's like where you guys are, but the prices of things have accelerated rapidly, like to a troubling degree. And I'm the one who takes care of me and my lady because she's disabled and working isn't really an option for her because of that. So for me, I have to be cognizant of everything that's going on, and I just like have to sit on the sidelines and go, well, in an amazing perfect world, I'd have a ton of money and buy all this stuff and not even worry that you guys are gouging because I'm ultra rich, and I envy the people who are in that position to do so. Cool. Whatever, right? We all got our own roads to walk. That's how it works. So the price point leaves me feeling disappointed that I can't be involved, but even beyond that, it's the fact that Wizards has just become insanely greedy and the quality is garbage, and this will be too. That's how it goes. Amnesia, I agree with you that the blocks were a great way to build up the world and flavor and everything like that. And now that's over. They're not going to do that. They're just going to be like, check it out. In one set, we're going to go to 4 different worlds because wouldn't it be cool to drag race through 4 different worlds? And yeah. But Bloomburrow, I am holding out hope for Bloomburrow. That is on the horizon. Comes out in September. And I am stoked to have a good time with it. I'm not going to spend all my time thinking about how things are going downwards because otherwise, why be involved in it? It's like, bro, are you going to go to an amusement park and then spend no time enjoying the amusement park because you know the amusement park is going to close? It's ridiculous logic, right? certain you're right. Commander players always would just pick out of what already existed from standard and stuff like that. They didn't need it specifically catered to. Cthulhu, yeah, I feel you, man. You wish that they didn't specifically cater to it, right? But that's the world we're in now, where everything has to have Commander stuff stapled onto it because that's the current way they view the game, right? You mean 3 worlds worth of Slush? Yeah, exactly. 3 worlds worth of Slush art. That's exactly what it'll be. That's exactly what it'll be. You know, like the stuff from Thunder Junction is going to be a bunch of art they already had kicking around with what's it called? Now just cowboy hats painted on. Fisher! Oh. Hey, thanks. Thanks for the PayPal super chat saying MTG money. You're the man. Thanks. You're the man, Fisher. Hopefully you don't take another another barrel to the face. You got you got the Donkey Kong. You got the Donkey Kong job, bro. Like, it's crazy in this day and age to think that you barreled your own face, right? How many people can say they busted their own nose by getting a barrel into their own head, right? That is not common. I got my arm sucked into a machine once. That was not cool. Luckily, I stopped the machine fast enough that there wasn't that much damage done. The lady who owned the business or whatever, she got her arm pulled into the same machine, and she didn't stop it nearly as fast, so it got her all the way up the arm. So, I mean, when she told me that, I was full of a lot of, yo, fuck you, lady. You let me, like, you didn't tell me about any of this. You didn't even tell me where the emergency stop button was. If I wasn't a dumb young kid then, I would have gotten those guys nailed for all that crap, because, yo, that's a bunch of safety violations, and you use a bunch of, like, migrant workers and shit who don't even speak English. You gotta have some basic safety. This place is dangerous. Dangerous. Fisher, you still have the photos. Yeah, you gotta keep them, right? You gotta keep them. Second Sliver, yeah, Commander functioned just fine before Wizards started staring directly at it. Indra, yeah, exactly. Hey guys, heard you like Modern. We don't care. Play this other format that has nothing to do with your format. 100%. We can't make decks for your format. We just can't. It would be so expensive. Why though? Why? Well, we can't we can't just let you have like a bunch of expensive cards for like nothing, man. Like, if we just gave it to you for like $200, we'd lose so much secondary market value that we're hoarding like dragons now. Nobody gets secondary market value but us now. And also, we expect the secondary market to survive and thrive somehow. Right? Would you like to buy some serialized extra fake scarcity? I remember trying to explain to my buddy, like, yo, serialized, those are like, that's the biggest scam. It's the biggest scam. They just slap a number on the card so you'll think, wow, these are super rare and they'll always be worth something and worth having, but they won't. But they won't. It's a scam. The new Oko isn't as broken as the original one. Nah, he doesn't seem like it. I'll agree with that. There's other broken stuff that's going to show up in Thunder Junction. I think that Wizards intentionally said, yo, it's going to be a really bad look if we ban Oko again, so let's not ban him. We haven't used up all the artwork we have kicking around from before for him. That's why they have him riding an elk with like a cowboy hat or whatever. It's because they already had him with an elk probably, and they're just like, just paint a cowboy hat on him, bro. Who cares? This is from the Throne of Eldraine stuff. Curtis, yeah, bro, exactly. Modern Horizons 3, you summed it up. Modern Horizons 3, they're trying to rob you. Rather save up for Bloomburrow. Bloomburrow is going to be the set where I feel the sting the most in not being able to get the Magic stuff. Because the boxes, like, play boxes are $210 now. And I feel very confident that by the time Bloomburrow comes out in September, they'll be even more expensive. And I'm not and can't buy like a $200 Magic box. That's too like I remember when they were $100 and they were like a treat that I would save up for and stuff, right? And it's just so yeah, man. Bloomburrow is like I'm gonna go to the pre-release. I'm gonna get what I can, and I'm gonna use Arena to try and get some more enjoyment out of it as well. So I'm saving up my resources more in Arena now for when Bloomburrow comes along. That's how it's gonna go. So yeah, Bloomburrow definitely seems like a fun set on the horizon. What happened to the promo Cheez-It boxes? They got sold actually. All that like that stuff sold out, and the people got sent them, and they came like packaged in these boxes. Like I'm super jealous of that stuff. I love like all the Magic adjacent gear. It's just really cool to me. I'm well, obviously. I mean, do I even need to say it? I'm obsessed with Magic the Gathering. I go beyond super fan. For fuck's sakes, I've been playing the game for 30 years. I've been the Magic historian for like 6 years now. It's absolutely crazy to think that the game's been around for 30 and I've been playing it the whole time pretty much. And I've been the Magic historian for like 1/5 of the game's history now. It's so strange. It's so strange. Certain you get trashed by your playgroup, you gotta step it up, son. Jess, you think the Marvel set needs an Infinity Gauntlet serialized 1 of 1? Why wouldn't they do an Infinity Gauntlet 1 of 1 and all the Infinity Stones, right? Why wouldn't they have you chase 6 1 of 1s? Because, I mean, Marvel doesn't have the pull that Lord of the Rings does. That Lord of the Rings 1 of 1 is that's the high watermark. Ned, you wish that you could join Arena like I do? Well, I'm gonna tell you, buddy. It's interesting. Sometimes I found that I started to hate Arena. So you have to like find the experiences that you enjoy. And right now, a lot of what my experience has been is, and I don't know if you know they have this, but they have like a starter deck challenge where there's 10 different starter decks, all of 2 different color combinations. And that level of mucking about is pretty enjoyable. So that's what I've been doing. And starting tomorrow, I don't know exactly what time, but starting tomorrow, I believe, we get the Momir event. So there's going to be a free Momir event going on for a few days, which I'm stoked for because Momir is fun. Filthy, your grocery store still has MTG Hot Pockets in the freezer section. I would have got some if they had them here. Murphy, you feel like Modern Horizons is going to be fine if you're getting a bundle or gift box? I mean, bro, the bundle is $95. That's crazy. That's double what a bundle normally costs. So, I mean, if you're talking about not spending as much money overall, yeah, but if you're talking about getting good value for your money, no. Like, I would love a bundle, but I'm not going to spend, I can't. It's too much. That's the level. I'm like, that's the reality. That's the reality. Eric, you've been playing for 4 months. Nice. Enjoy yourself, bro. Lead into it. Who cares? Anybody tells you the game's not doing well or whatever else, ignore it. Just have fun. You're only going to get so much time to enjoy it. Don't let people take that away from you. So if my content and seeing me talk about the problems with it takes away your enjoyment, just go play the game, man. Have a good time. Have a good time. Ned, yeah, bro, give it a try. I was surprised that it pulled me in the first night that I did it. It pulled me in for a few hours. I wouldn't have thought that playing those little intro decks would do that, but I'm like, yo, actually, the more limited environments you play in, the more fun you're gonna have, right? And there's definitely ways to enjoy it. You just have to decide to approach it differently than paper Magic. And I'm just looking at it as a way to enjoy, like, I've been playing Markov Manor. I have the Markov Manor Mastery Pass. I actually picked it up with some of the gems I have in my account. And I've built my way up to like level 32 on it. And level 60 has this amazing artwork sleeves. So I'm enjoying Arena for the visuals that it offers, but I'm playing it as a free to play. I'm not putting any money into it at all. Yeah, exactly. $90 for a bundle? More. $95. And the fuck off is right. Everyday Momir is a great format. Momir is a lot of fun. I love it. I love it. It's just so random and funky, you know? And like the fact that like Arena does all the work for you of just randomly picking any creature at whatever casting cost. I don't like the Momirs where they try and make Momir tweaks where they go, your hand is lands and planeswalkers. I like to play Momir where it's all basic lands. That's the best. I like the randomness of it. It's wild. Gerthulu, so bundles would be 140 Australian. I mean, yeah, whatever conversion rate, bro. Whatever conversion rate on the other stuff that you've seen before, and maybe even add a little bit more because Wizards keep shunting it up, right? Jumpstart. You know what, Angelo? Good looking out right there. There's another one for you to keep in mind, Ned. Jumpstart. You can get into it. Now, it's not free. It's 2,000 gold or 200 gems, which doesn't take very long to build that up at all, right? Like, you can get 2,000 gold in like a day or two, depending. Well, 2 days or whatever, right? And once you pay for your entry into the Jumpstart, though, you can play it infinite times with those Jumpstart packs. So you get the cards, you get the Jumpstart packs, you can play as much as you want, and if you're tired of it, you want to do something else, you can swap into, or is it 1,000? It's 1,000 gold, not 2,000. I think I'm wrong. I think it's 1,000 gold. So you can do it. Every day if you wanted to, you could get a new one. So there's ways to play that, like, the least fun you're going to have, in my opinion, is going into, like, ranked queues where people are playing standard, because you're going to have the least amount of variation in decks that you play against, right? So the power level of decks, the variation, there's definitely ways to find fun on Arena without spending any money, and you might find that it works for you. So I say give it a go. Yeah, Scorpigeist. It's the randomness is fun, and also you don't have to worry that you didn't I made the wrong choice. It's not that many places for you to even make the wrong choice. Sick. Yeah, I mean, bro, did you not know that magic boosters are stacked? Like, of course, like the digital ones are going to be programmed the same way that physical ones are. Physical magic boosters, you don't have an equal chance to get all the rares or mythics. They're literally track printed. This is a documented process. So Wizards literally prints certain rares like 20% more than other rares, and then the worst, whatever they think the worst rare in the set is, they put that extra times on a sheet too to be the you got hosed rare. They do it on purpose. So yeah, of course when it comes to the digital packs, like, bro, when it comes to Arena, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's programmed to pay attention to what colors you like the most and try and keep those cards away from you when you're opening booster packs as much as possible. And then that way you're going to chase opening more packs. I expect every underhanded thing from these fucking guys. Anything they can do. These are the same ones, remember, who looked at D&D players who didn't want to be taken advantage of as obstacles between them, like between Wizards and their money. They're just like, they thought that they could just sit down and rewrite the open gaming license into another thing where they were robbing players, and went, you're idiots. We're just going to come back and sell you the same thing, just worded differently. And then people are like, no. Wizards like, no, but hate mongers, and we got to stop the hate mongers. And then as soon as like everyone's like, shut up, idiot, we're not buying your crap, they're like, okay, we won't do it. Okay, we won't do it. And it's like, so what are you going to do about those hate mongers? Oh, that's funny. You're not even saying anything about it. I'm sorry. I thought that like there was bigots and hate mongers and stuff who were going to make content with and you just needed to protect society. So can you just lay out your steps that you're going to take? Because that was why you were doing this. You literally said you were doing this because of this problem. So now that people have said, no, we don't accept the open gaming license as a solution to the problem, what is your solution to deal with these hateful people? And then Wizards went, no, actually, the whole reason we wanted to do it all along was it wasn't to get at anybody. It was just to stop Facebook from taking our stuff. Oh, yeah. Believable. It's bullshit. Jess, yeah, a lot of people are resorting to piracy as a result of Wizards' actions, both on like the proxy side for Magic the Gathering cards and like D&D books and stuff. 100%. It's a ridiculous time in the history of Magic, my friends. An absolutely fucking ridiculous time. Doomblade Super Chat says the easiest format in Arena is Brawl. Cheap, only one edition of a card, plus you can do whatever you want with the sets that are out. No legacy stuff. You know what? There's an excellent suggestion that I hadn't even considered. Brawl does only require one copy of any given card, so it is very cheap that way. So that's a great thing to have pointed out. Here, hold on, let me heart that super chat. That's an excellent thing to have pointed out, because that's another way that Arena can be enjoyed. Maybe I'll do another Arena stream sometime soon, Ned, and I'll show you the different ways that I'm gaining enjoyment from Arena. Because part of it is perspective as well, right? It's mentality and stuff. And Arena definitely can be enjoyable. I'm gaining some joy from it, but you can let it frustrate you. And I think part of it is just noticing when you're not having a good time and stepping away from it. And right now, I've been having a good time, even though the main set is literally Markov Manor. Now, I've only played in a little bit of Markov Manor events. I have the one draft that I started like 2 weeks ago, I guess, in that one video. And it's going to be ending soon, I think. So I think it's just going to auto end. I'm supposed to play one more game in it, but I don't know if I'm gonna, because I don't care that much about playing with Markov Manor itself. The set doesn't really appeal to me, and I already wildcarded the cards I wanted from the set. So, but yeah, as long as you're not spending any money on it and you're having a good time in the way that you want to, it can totally be used. I look at Arena as like, I've given Wizards a ton of resources over the years for physical Magic cards. And so Arena is just like an add-on for that. You know, it's just like, yeah, all right, here you go. I'm going to use all this and enjoy it as like a side thing to my physical collection, but not put any money into it. Don't put any money into it. Hey, thanks, Sick. That's nice of you to stay, buddy. So yeah, and Brawl like doesn't change that often too. Scorpogeist, yeah, digital gives you more control. That's true. Angelo, Arena boosters, yeah, they're like 10 card boosters. That's true. But when it comes to their draft boosters, they're play boosters. But the bots will draft all the rares and stuff pretty much. They've definitely tightened up the bots where you used to get way more rares before, but they really don't want you using quick draft to build out a collection. And with the amount of stuff they put into sets now and on Arena, I don't even know that it's possible the way it was to be a free-to-play player and build entire sets. But you don't need to. You just need to get the cards you want. And also, another thing is, you can look at it like this, bro. What I do is, as I'm going along and opening my packs, I put like the green cards I get into my green tower, and that's just the limitations. It's like when you were starting out and you didn't have everything. It's not just, okay, let me go and buy or trade for 4 of every card. It's, I've got 1 of this guy. I've got 2 of this guy. And then you open a booster and you get a second copy of this one. Oh, I got a second copy of the Great Henge. Yeah. You know, like there's fun to be had there. A lot of it is perspective, right? So Arena's definitely got some flaws, but you can run in and have your fun for free anytime you want. I remember when I quit Magic for that brief period and was like really angry at Wizards and didn't realize that I was just angry at Wizards but didn't actually want to quit Magic. When I came back, I was very happy, actually. Arena was better then. I was very happy that I could play Arena at like 3 a.m. to scratch my Magic itch. I get sucked into Magic games in a way that I don't get sucked into a lot of other things. When Magic is going right, it creates a state of flow where you're in harmony with existence and time no longer is a thing, right? And that is a great feeling. It's fantastic. You're not worried about your problems. You're not worried that maybe you can't afford your paper towels or whatever else, right? You're just like, yo, I'm here in this game. I'm in this ever-shifting puzzle with this other person. Who's going to win? I don't know, but it's going to be fun, you know? It's great. A good back and forth. I don't even care that I lose. I'm like, oh, that was awesome. Okay, you just squeaked it out. Oh, you were at 1 at the end. Like, bro. And just so you know, there's no rule saying that we can't do what we did before where we had arena streams where people were super chatting to be able to face off against me, right? That's also a thing where if you just play against like people that you know and have fun with, there's that too. There's that too. But I've been playing Arena every day. every day since Markov Manor started. I bought the Mastery Pass in the first place because my mentality went like this. I have 16,000 gems in my account. If I buy the Mastery Pass and don't play, then I've wasted those gems, right? But I also don't care that I wasted the gems because I'm not playing Arena anymore and I built up all these resources. Who cares? So I bought it and I've been enjoying getting all the rewards. The little mole man in his fedora and coat, I fucking love him. He is awesome. And the sleeve for the Mastery Pass is gorgeous. That fucking artwork is next level. So I'm absolutely happy to have that in my Arena sleeve roster. Right now, I'm leaning into the enjoyment. We could theoretically do a stream where we could do what the old game store owner did, where he was like, "Yo, next week we're doing a tournament where you have to use you pick one artist and your entire deck has to be that artist." I picked Richard Kane Ferguson, by the way, because he had all kinds of awesome blue counterspells and great black cards. So I was able to kick ass. I rocked with Richard Kane Ferguson. Bam, my favorite Magic artist. I rocked it with that deck. But we could theoretically have Arena Challenge nights or something like that, where it's like, yo, you got to build a deck. You can only pick one artist and you got to build from that. And then like challenge me or whatever, right? That kind of stuff. Who knows? I'm not guaranteeing this kind of stuff will happen. I'm just saying there's a possibility. On the flip side of the whole Modern Horizons, us just getting fisted. Bwop, bwop. Anyhow, my friends, I got to get going. Thanks for coming and hanging out. If you missed any part of this live stream and you want to see it in its entirety, it will be available up on the live stream archive. That is, oh, come on. I just had the link. What happened here? I'll grab it again. The stream will be available over here if you want to check it out whenever you want. It will, I don't know, probably, I'd say come out in the next 12 hours, maybe a bit earlier. We'll see how it goes. There's a number of factors that affect it. But either way, thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. I descend into the waters of the underworld, and I will catch up with you guys again real soon.